Hello guys, welcome to True Crime Tales, where you can figure out the most bewildering mysteries and learn the stories of the most infamous criminals of all time. Throughout the time recorded in historical journals, there have been a significant number of records talking about numerous perplexing crimes, as well as solved and unsolved mysteries. There also have been documentaries or docuseries created based on those crime stories that captivated the attention of millions of viewers. In this video, we present you with 5 of the most disturbing true crime documentaries you must watch. Beware, some of these documentaries are not for the faint of heart. Conversations with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes. The first on our list is Conversations with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes, which was released in 2019 as one of Netflix's original series. It's an American documentary created and directed by Joe Berlinger, an American documentary filmmaker mainly focusing on true crime documentaries. The documentary, consisting of 4 episodes that ran ranging from 51 to 74 minutes, premiered on January 24th, 2019, the 30th anniversary of Bundy's execution. The Netflix original series focused on the story of Ted Bundy, a serial killer responsible for over 30 deaths of women during the 1970s. The sources for this creation were assembled through archival footage and over 100 hours of interviews with his family, companions, members of law enforcement, and journalists that worked along the case, as well as surviving victims. The series includes the prior events of Bundy's life, his crimes, arrests, and how he escaped from jail twice, and ultimately his confession and death, providing archival footage, police evidence, and personal photos. The reasons for Bundy's actions were never revealed. It's considered one of the most explanatory and disturbing works based on his case, with mixed reviews from critics. Mind Over Murder. The next documentary on our list is Mind Over Murder, an American documentary television miniseries released via HBO. The documentary, revolving around the story of Beatrice 6, premiered on June 20th, 2022 and consists of 6 episodes. Chinese-born American filmmaker Nanfu Wang was the director of this true crime documentary. As mentioned before, Mind Over Murder follows the story of Beatrice 6, which includes 6 people getting falsely convicted in 1989 for the sexual assault and murder of Helen Wilson in Beatrice, Nebraska in 1985. The 6 people that falsely were convicted were Joseph White, Thomas Winslow, Ada Joanne Taylor, Deborah Sheldon, James Dean, and Kathy Gonzalez. 5 false confessions were obtained under threats of death penalties and persuasion by the police psychologist Wayne Price. He persuaded the defendants by convicting them of repressed memories of the crime. However, the 6 of them were pronounced not guilty due to DNA evidence. Paradise Lost Trilogy. Paradise Lost is a crime documentary film trilogy with the first part, Paradise Lost: The Child Murderers, at Robin Hood Hills, released in 1996. The second and the third parts are respectively Paradise Lost 2: Revelations, released in 2000, and Paradise Lost 3: Purgatory, released in 2011. The documentaries were directed by Joe Berlinger and Bruce Sinofsky. The trilogy is based on the case of the West Memphis 3, in which the bodies of 3 young boys were discovered near a forested area of West Memphis, Arkansas. The documentary series focuses on the conviction of the 3 teenagers arrested for the crime and the long legal battle that took place in order to establish justice for the case. The West Memphis 3 was how the 3 accused teenagers were widely known throughout the country. The first part focuses on the trials of the 3 teenagers that took a turn with coerced confessions of devil-worshipping and human sacrifice. In the second part, 5 years after the teenagers were pronounced guilty, they explore further into the question, are they actually guilty of the crimes? In the third part, they further explore the case after 18 years had passed since the deaths of the little boys. The documentary series was nominated for numerous awards, including Primetime Emmy Awards, and became the winner in some categories. Our Father. Next on our list, we have Our Father, an American Netflix original documentary film based on the story of fertility doctor Donald Klein. The film, which ran for 1 hour and 37 minutes, premiered on 11th May 2022. The documentary was directed by Lucy Jordan. Our Father is a documentary based on a case of fertility fraud concerning Donald Klein, an Indianapolis-based fertility doctor who used his own sperm to impregnate some of his patients. In the documentary, the scheme comes to light after a woman conducts some at-home DNA tests, and it reveals the case of multiple half-siblings. This scheme involved the popular fertility doctor Donald Klein, who had used his sperm to sire 90 children without disclosing who the sperm donor is to his unsuspecting patients. This worryingly disturbing crime took place in the time between 1974 and 1987. The woman who found the DNA test results and explored her biological connection to 8 other half-siblings was a daughter of the former patient of Klein. Her research leads to revealing that Dr. Klein is her biological father, and ultimately breaks out this case of fertility fraud. As of 2022, he is confirmed to be the biological father of 94 offspring. The film received mixed responses. However, the creepiness and frustrating fact that real life can be rather strange compared to fantasy is agreed by many. Killer Sally. The last of our list is Killer Sally, a Netflix original docuseries that follows the story of Sally McNeil. The 3-part documentary was directed by Nanette Sperstein, an American film and television director, and was released in October 2022. Killer Sally focuses on the former professional bodybuilder Sally McNeil and the murder of her husband, Ray McNeil, who was also a professional bodybuilder. The documentary includes the interviews conducted with their families, friends, and Sally McNeil herself. More than just a legal case, the docuseries explore the dynamics of the rocky marriage between the bodybuilding couple and the circumstances that lead to the end of the said marriage on Valentine's Day in 1995, with Ray McNeil ending up dead. In Killer Sally, the former bodybuilder and Marine Sally McNeil tells her side of the story, explaining the events in her life that made her murder her husband in self-defense. These are only 5 of the most disturbing true crime documentaries that you must watch. There are some other documentaries as well that will make you reconsider the things you know and accept. Thank you for watching. If you found this interesting, feel free to like, comment and subscribe to True Crime Tales.